Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to my stock channel. This is James with a quick stock update, review, a little information, new ticker symbols, where they're at, where they're going, what happened. This one's called BAX, Baxter International Incorporated. They are a medical supplier. I try to stay far away from these things, but I kind of like this one for a few reasons. Reason number one is they've been severely beat up. Here's a 5-year chart. We're looking at a stock that was $92, $78, $70, and then, whoopsie, hello, 2022 fell off a cliff. So I'd like to know what happened. The 6-month chart, 32% down. 1-month chart, 12% down. 5-day chart, these are not as relevant. Heck, it's still going down in one day. How far is it going to go? Nobody knows. Round and round the wheel goes. They do not have a PE ratio because they're no longer profitable. They have 500 million outstanding shares. Let me double check on that to make sure we are accurate. Yep, 500 million outstanding shares. Here's the short of what I'm looking at with the company's financials. This is the annual income statement up to 2022. Revenue, $11 billion for the year. Income, $1.5 billion. $11 billion. $11 billion. $12 billion. $15 billion. They're growing up. They're getting more revenue. They're getting more sales. Their profit, their net income, $1.5 billion, $1 billion, $1.1 billion, $1.28 billion. Seems awfully consistent. This is a moneymaker. When you have 500 million shares outstanding and you bring in $1 billion in profit, you're sitting around $2 a share, earnings per share. $2 worth of earnings for every share of stock that you have outstanding, which is pretty darn good. And that's what throws them up into the stratosphere with the big stock prices. They're in the $50 to $80 club at that rate. Let's take a quick look at their balance sheet. Their income statement. We noticed they had a crappy 2022. We want to know what happened here. They lost $2.5 billion almost. They had a few issues, actually. We'll go over those in a second. Their balance sheet. It's always been right side up since the beginning. Something I like to see. Their liabilities, $22.39. Their assets, $28 billion versus $22 billion. So they're right side up on liabilities. These are all long-term liabilities, except for almost $2 billion of it. $2 billion of these liabilities were due this year. Hello. They had to pay them. And because they paid them, they didn't break even or turn a profit. They probably would have come close to breaking even had they not had all that debt coming due. The rest of it is long-term debt, so there's no more quick due dates coming up in the future. They also had supply shortage issues with some drugs, with some silly products like IV bags. They're a supplier of hemophilia drugs and lots of hospital equipment, everything from IV bags to you name it. They got a long list. But they seem to be established. They seem to be very well in business. So here's the gist of it. Are they going to get their supply chain fixed? I say yes. Are they going to have any more short-term debt that's coming due all of a sudden for $2 billion? I say no. Are they acting responsibly and cleaning house and getting their Overhead lower? Yeah, they just laid off 5,000 employees just to get that balance sheet right. Here's a company that cares about their balance sheet. They're willing to do what it takes. They could have kept those 5,000 people and had a bad balance sheet next year, maybe broke even or something. But no, I think they want to show us some real numbers again. And I don't think it's going to be very long until it happens. They already paid the $2 billion. It might be next quarter when you see some positive earnings again. Could be the first quarter of 2023 coming up. This was a one-time payment. Most of it was, I don't know what the severance pay is going to be on getting rid of these workers. I don't know how long any supply chain issues are going to last. Sometime in 2023, though, I got a strange feeling this thing's coming back to normal. Maybe $50, $60 again, and then back to $60 to $80 range ultimately. They're going to make their comeback. This is what you want to see in a company. You want to see earnings, $2 a share, $2 a share, getting a little bigger over time. They're not booming growing. They did an awful lot of net income back in 2018. They're not booming growing. The revenue went up here in 2022. So maybe they are. Maybe this will be even better than all of these if this stays up high like this, if they continue with their new customer base, with their higher revenue system that they have established. The balance sheet looks a lot better with that $2 billion gone. They're even more right side up. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be here a very long time. People are going to continue to buy their products and need them. So I like Baxter International. It might take some more abuse for a while first. Be careful for this one. You shouldn't be shorting it, for God's sakes. But maybe pick up a couple of shares for the long run. Enjoy the video. Like and subscribe to my channel. This is Baxter International. Put this one on your watch list.